As an organization, we strive to influence, encourage, and assist societies throughout the world to conserve the integrity and diversity of nature, to ensure any use of natural resource is equitable and ecologically sustainable. I also like to take this opportunity to send my sincere appreciation to the long-standing collaboration between IUCN and the Government of Tanzania through the Office of the Vice President in particular, where the environment docket lies. We have a vast portfolio of programs in Tanzania cutting across environment, food system, biodiversity conservation, marine ecosystem, and land restoration, which are being implemented in partnership with various stakeholders. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to convey a sincere appreciation to the government of Sweden through their continued support to Tanzania and their partnership with IUCN, especially for the impetus that they brought through the Sustained Eco projects. We are in one of the most significant ecosystems in sub-Saharan Africa. Think about it. When you think about the southern highland of Tanzania, the wealth of diversity, the productive potential, the rigor that the people bring, and the government commitment makes it one of the most significant systems in sub-Saharan Africa. So this investment that is coming through Sustained Eco will go a long way in fundamentally helping the region to thrive. So the work that we do within these landscapes does not just only have an impact in Tanzania, but is in the greater sub-Saharan region. So the consortium of partners, IUCN, SNV, and AWF, will implement a robust set of interventions on biodiversity management that will contribute to Tanzania's commitment goals on environmental management, sustainable livelihoods, as well as climate change and adaptation. We have gracefully received from the government of Sweden 50 million Swedish krona, which is approximately 4.5 million US dollar for delivery of this program. I think they deserve a round of applause. Sustain targets 3 important landscapes and ecosystem within the Sakot region. In particular, the Kilombero landscape, the Ihemi landscape, and the Sumbawanga Katavi landscape. Remarkably, these areas with key biodiversity also feature forests such as the Uzungwa, Kilombero Valley, Katavi National Park, and productive lakes, rivers, and other critical water catchment that form part of a unique ecosystem in Tanzania.
Since 2010 to the moment, the net loss in forest global was 4.7 million hectares per year. The UNFAO estimates that 10 million hectares of forest were cut down each year since that time. The NAFOMA report indicates that degradation of the forest and land in Tanzania amount to loss above 490 hectares per year. The 61% of the country's land is prone to desertification and 21% already categorized as desert areas. This degradation level have already impacted food production system, loss of diversity, decline in ecosystem service, and acceleration of human-wildlife conflicts. The ultimate consequences of these losses include increasing water shortage, food insecurity, and poverty. The ecosystem and biodiversity degradation in southern Tanzania are driven by inadequate and unaffordable non-wood fuel and other energy sources. Inadequate access and awareness of sustainable livelihood, limited technical capacity for the value addition in the key sustainable livelihood sectors, and inadequate data to inform decision making. The government of Tanzania has been responding to address these challenges by designing and implementing various initiatives and programs at the nation and sub-nation level. In addition, the government is implementing a number of global initiatives such as Sustainable Development Goals, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC, Convention on Biological Diversity, United Nations Convention for Combating Desertification, Bond Challenge, among others.
Our countries have changed a lot since these 6 years. When we began our cooperation, Sweden had 6 million inhabitants. Tanzania had 9. Today we are around 10 million inhabitants in Sweden, and here you're around 62 million. So the timing of this important launch is excellent. It's an example of our excellent cooperation between our countries. It's more than partnership, I would say. Really, truly friendship. We have thousands of Tanzanians who have studied and worked in Sweden, and likewise, so many Swedes in working, living here. Marriages, children, etc. The timing of this launch is also excellent. Biodiversity gives us air to breathe, water to drink, food to eat. However, 60% of all coral reefs are disappearing. Glaciers are melting, and 80% of big fish has disappeared. So we all know it's high time to act. All the good, important, beautiful languages and words have already been expressed. So time is here to act. So it's with extra great pleasure that I'm here today to launch this event, and being among so many friends of environment wanting to make a change. The population growth here is rapid, and of course that adds to the pressure on the natural resources. There is also potential having a fast-growing population. But it's so important to leave no behind. We see that a good part of the population earns a living from smallholder agriculture. And therefore, Sustain Eco is such an excellent example how to approach and reach out to those. There's high pressure on natural resources with the current population growth here in Tanzania. And we believe that it is so important to preserve resources for the future generation. Young people need to feel that they have a future. There is a dimension of unpredictability added to climate change that none of us can really influence. Scientists don't know, and we have no previous experience to rely on when we collect data and when we do predictions. But we see the rapid deforestation, loss of biodiversity. And at this rate, we see right now, we need to act to stop the development. We think that it's very important to, in our climate agenda, we find it very important to be specific, tangible, and also limit our actions into geographically defined areas.
Hii ndiyo Patrick Mission High School, mabingwa wa masomo ya sayansi, matokeo ya kidato cha 4 mwaka 2022. Pia mabingwa wa masomo ya biashara na masomo ya lugha na sanaa kimkoa na kitaifa, kidato cha 6 miaka 4 mtawalia. Shule imeshika nafasi ya 6 mkoa wa Dar es Salaam mwaka 2022. Imefaulisha kwa daraja la kwanza na la pili tu. Pia imetoa wanafunzi watatu wa daraja la kwanza 7.
Shule yetu tumeanza kutoa fomu za kidato cha 5. Na kila Jumamosi tunafanya mitihani ya kujiunga kidato cha 5. Fomu zinapatikana Msimbazi Center, duka namba 9. Shule yetu imetoa daraja la kwanza na la pili kwa matokeo ya 2022 na shule kwa 7, lakini imetoa mtoto wa kwanza Tanzania nzima, imetoa mtoto wa 3 Tanzania nzima masomo ya biashara, lakini imeitoa mtoto wa 7 Tanzania nzima katika masomo ya lugha na sanaa. Tunawachukua watoto wote wa michepuo ya biashara na michepuo ya lugha na sanaa. Karibuni sana wote.